Previously on Harrow.
Where are you?
Early Beach. Work.
Who with?
Nichols?
You're the phys ed teacher.
Jesse Walsh.
Stephanie Tolson.
How is he?
He misses you.
I quit? I really was quitting, and then...
I love him, but your dad's a kind of a selfish guy, Fern.
Boats, open water, escape.
Yeah.
I need a really accurate idea of how long he's been in the river.
Look at this. It's a serial number. We can look this up and find out exactly who this guy is.
It's near some excellent schools and very close to the bus stops, and there's a large backyard for the kids.
Okay. Boys,
Did he get you?
how much is it a week?
$7.20, but they may negotiate.
When were the floors polished?
A couple of years ago, but they hold up well.
Eli, Thomas, outside, please.
It has been vacant for some time,
Hey, Eli,
so I'll...
look!
Check it out. Want to climb it?
That'll kill us.
Come on, it's just next door.
Am I that transparent?
Oh, Dr. Harrow. What a find. You're so clever and so strong, and I'm sure your plenipotentiary instrument is.
Disturbed by your assistant's reference to it.
Unless, of course, she already knows how your plenipotentiary instrument is after North Queensland.
The only thing that Das knows about me after North Queensland is how much I do not like North Queensland.
And take the credit for the plate. Far be it for me to stand in the way of a romance in Blossom.
In Blossom, the only thing in Blossom is a letter of dismissal.
And why are you wearing your good shirt?
Happened to be at hand.
Was your other one ruined when Das tore it off?
You and David really have to stop reading 50 Shades of Innuendo. I don't plan on seeing Sergeant Das today.
Too bad. She's in exam 1. Found him.
For a man with such a cheery disposition, your boss sure has a lot of blues.
You'd be surprised.
So, what did you find that's so exciting?
Simon found this in the Riverbones concrete.
It's a radius compression plate.
So our John Doe had a broken wrist. How does it help us?
Allow me to show you the good news. Thank you. Take a look at this.
A serial number.
You handsome, clever man. Kyriakos has cancelled my dive time, so no skull, but with this...
We'll find our guy.
So, who keeps the serial numbers on file? Hospitals, manufacturers?
Now tell her the bad news.
Well, like the boss, this model is pretty old and has a very shady background. It's a Cimatec model from the 90s, and Cimatec went bankrupt years ago.
Okay, so I'd take it back to scientific, start calling hospitals?
No, let us chase this one up. We'll be faster.
But I've got the long arm of the law.
But we know the medico system.
Have you photographed this?
Yeah, photographed, catalogued, and backed up.
Okay. Let's see who's faster. Bye.
A race to identify a bone plate pulled from a dead guy's skeleton. How erotic.
I should let you do it.
Fine, I'll do it.
I will do it. You want to do it. Go and sterilize something, will you?
I'm putting my money on Das.
I suspected you liked older women fairly, but there are limits.
It's a gift from the Symposium Committee. Gratitude for my outstanding keynote address, the full video of which is now trending.
On morenumbingthanvalium.com.
On the Orthopedics International Forum.
Listen, bone expert.
Don't mock me.
I wasn't.
Oh,
Cimatec Orthoplates.
yes, they went out of business.
I know.
They're bankrupt.
I know.
So why are we still talking?
Which hospital did orthosurgeons work out of in the 90s?
St. Catherine's. Excuse us.
Unfortunately, the company who were doing the filing was sacked, so nothing has been digitized. You have to search for everything by hand.
All of it. Is there any sort of system? By year, patient, or surgeon?
It is sorted by year. Do you have any idea about what year you're looking for?
No. Is there any other way?
Well, you could track down all of the orthosurgeons that worked here in the 90s and then ask for their individual files, but I don't know how you'd do that. I'll leave you to it.
Thanks, Meredith. Oh, come on, Jack.
Round one to Harrow. Meredith told me a shabby man from the morgue had beaten me to it.
Welcome to a year's worth of sifting.
You know, I quite like Meredith's idea of tracking down the orthosurgeons.
Good old Meredith. So, you starting that now?
Nope, nor are you. Work beckons.
I don't want you coming in my house. How many times are you not coming in, all right?
We have to come in. We have to search you now.
Well, you're not coming in without... I'll tell you what, mate, you need a search warrant.
Well,
don't you know the rules or something?
Yes, I know.
You know the rules. Well, I don't care.
Warrant.
Harrow.
Gives us access warrant. I don't care.
You're not coming in my house.
What do you think? 2 years? 3?
3, 4, 5. So that's where she laid, but animals have scattered the rest all over.
She?
Judging by the pelvic bone, she. So she's been lying here for years, in the elements, unnoticed.
Or noticed but unreported.
You're not coming in my house. You got no...
Is he drunk?
Well, he may not have known.
Or he knew because he put her here. He must have smelt it.
Well, we are a long way from the house. I doubt he'd smell it if a camel died on his back porch.
Hey, Sarge. Found some clothing. Looks like a shirt and a belt.
Blood.
Let's take a look in the house.
Bloody hell, you're making this more difficult than it needs to be, Mr. Connolly. Why won't you open the cupboard?
It's my private stuff.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but you know there's a dead woman in your backyard.
No, I didn't know there was a dead woman in my backyard, and I told you that.
So when did your wife go missing?
I told you that, Jesus, 5 years ago.
Right, and why didn't you report her missing?
Because it's nobody's bloody Hey, don't go in there. Stop. Please, stop. Don't go in there.
How much are you drinking each day, Mr. Conley?
That's nobody's business either.
Okay, the search warrant covers the cupboard. Now either you open it or we'll force it open.
It's my stuff.
Oh, all right. Andy, sort that lock out.
Jack? Your phone been playing up?
No, just some of the callers.
Need some more supplies. You want to talk about it?
Do you?
Not yet. Simitech. Why did they go bankrupt?
Simitech used to make some pretty good gear until they had a bunch of plates made in Estonia? No, Armenia. The plates caused all sorts of problems, resulting in a class action against a few orthosurgeons.
You would have known which ones.
Would this have anything to do with your nocturnal visit to the recently departed Hobart?
Yeah.
I'll have to look in my little black book. I'll get you some names.
What is this place?
It's safe. Come on. Aaron says he's crashed here a couple times.
Yeah?
He'll be fine. No one seemed to appreciate music today.
How'd you go?
You know, one guy offered me $5 to play Nickelback.
Here.
Yeah, no, I mean, Fish, the bond alone would have to be...
$720 and another fortnight's rent in advance. This is like half. We just need to go somewhere safe. Just us. Just need to work harder and make some money.
And that's what you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
Well, I missed your birthday because you didn't tell me. And I saw the photo of you and your dad. You look so happy in it. So... it's the same book from the photo.
That's weird.
What's weird?
Some bones are missing, but most of them are from this hand.
Animals?
Why just one hand? How old did you say the missing wife was?
51.
Well, the skeleton looks to be late middle-aged. This is a mild vertebral fracture. There's another one here. And you can see we've got bone thinning here.
Osteoporosis? Consistent with late middle age?
Perhaps, but come and take a look at this. Her teeth are full of caries. Poor dental hygiene.
So we check the public dental clinic.
Sure, but bad teeth, poor diet. What if she's not 51, but 31, with early onset brought on by poverty, by a really tough life?
So you're saying you don't think it's Connolly's missing wife? Do you know what I think's weird? I think it's weird that you think an alcoholic with PTSD and a cupboard full of knives and a dead lady in his backyard isn't a killer.
Well, he might be a killer, or he might just be bad at lawn maintenance.
Okay, so we check the systems and the public dental records and we see who's right.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
Wait.
What?
Endocam. There.
A sharp blade could have done that.
Have you got a shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Stabbed.
Stabbed woman, lots of knives. I'll let Nichols know. Can you give us a hand, Simon?
Yeah.
So you think the murder weapon is a double-bladed knife?
A boot knife. Standard issue to most soldiers. The only problem is, I didn't see one in the suspect's knife collection.
So, we've seen the last 4 tenants who lived in the rental home next door to Mr. Connolly.
Okay, who's next?
Cassandra Dalton, 6-month lease.
Right.
4 years ago.
Cassandra Dalton.
Oh, my beautiful woman, Brian. If you are going to swipe right, you do know you have to do it on the phone.
Piss off, Harrow. What do you want?
Are these Connolly's neighbours?
Who rented the house next door over the last 6 years, yes.
And?
Well, so far, about as useful as an ashtray and a motorbike. Nobody saw anything. Why are you here?
Do you remember seeing something like this in Connolly's knife collection?
Nothing like that. Do you think this killed our victim?
I do.
Okay. Ta. Now off you go.
Judy? Miss Connolly? Hello? Mr. Connolly? I'm not with the police, I'm with the coroner's office. Mr. Connolly, are you home? Hello? Mr. Connolly?
Jesus. Mr. Connolly! No, 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 you don't! Come on! Let's get this off.
It's all right, Mr. Connolly. We'll have you at the hospital soon.
What makes you so sure he's good for it? You had one in your family, didn't you? A drinker.
Every family's got something. Here. The search of the public dental clinic brought up a match.
That's not Connolly's wife.
Well, it doesn't mean Connolly didn't kill her.
Who is she?
Sally Chenery, 31, long-term homeless.
We're a long way from the homeless shelters. Long rap sheet for public nuisance, mental health.
13 years ago, she served 6 months for abducting a toddler.
Why only 6 months?
She gave him back the next day.
Huh.
Anyway, Sally was reported missing 4 years ago.
Who reported her missing?
I first met her after I got funding to make a documentary on homelessness. Sally was one of the people who agreed to be interviewed. We started filming with her, but she left suddenly, and I couldn't find her, so I reported her missing. Brought some footage with me. This is just the raw footage.
Okay, are you ready? My name's Sally. I'm homeless. That means a lot of people have already made up their mind about me before they know anything about me. Crim, druggy, grub. I don't want this life. I want what everyone wants. I want a home. I want a job. I want my family. No one will give me a chance, you know? No one will believe me.
Come on, we gotta go.
I don't want to.
Come on. We're going.
What was it? Who's that?
I don't know. He wouldn't talk to me.
Go back to where he grabs her, then move it forward frame by frame.
Come on, we gotta go.
I don't want to.
Come on. We're going.
Stop. That tattoo on his hand. There.
Yep, we can search Nonies for that. You didn't speak to him?
No. I wonder if he might be the father.
Father?
The baby, she said, was taken away from her. The one she said she used to sing to.
15 years ago, Sally was admitted to hospital with influenza. She had a baby with her, an unregistered baby that wasn't born in the hospital system,
So the registrar ordered a maternity test.
which determined that Sally wasn't the mother.
Mistake, maybe?
The hospital did 2 rounds of DNA tests. Child Services did a 3rd before they took the baby away. Soraya Das. It's just over here, next to the fence. Does it get boring being right all the time?
Not all the time. Just on work days.
This is going to be Connolly's knife, and Nichols is going to charge him. Hey, must be time for that drink.
Coming! You're early.
Jesse.
Stephanie Quinn,
Tolson.
14 days to pay, or it's court.
I have told you people, this is not my debt.
Not mine either, love. 14 days.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah, listen, where are you?
Baxter's. Why?
I need a favour. I don't like
It's fine.
doing this, having to do this. I'll pay you back.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. How did you get here?
Friend, I better go.
I must go on to Fern, have you?
You?
No.
Hi. I was just parking and I saw you, so...
This is Stephanie Tolson, my...
Ex-wife.
this is Soraya Das New Socko.
Right. Hey, I bet you're glad you missed out on having to go to Early Beach with that crocodile business.
I did go to Early Beach with that crocodile business.
Sorry to interrupt. I was worried, but I can see you're okay now.
This is your friend.
We should go and have a drink.
No.
Yes.
I don't mind.
Have you noticed why he does this with his fingers when he's thinking? The thing is, he does that when he's not thinking. He does it a lot.
I don't do that.
You're doing it now. So, Soraya, scenes of crime, you work with dead bodies?
Sometimes. Hence, forensic pathologists. It's not so much work for Daniel as a way to show that he's right.
Not always right.
And that he knows things.
But I do know things.
It makes you wonder, though, how a man who can hear once about a 15th century harpsichord from some Royal Orchestra museum
That's the Clavicethereum from the Royal College of Music.
can remember that, but you tell him about his daughter's dance recital 9 times and he still misses it. Ooh. Smokers, obviously.
Reformed.
Grammar Nazis? Misuse of apostrophes.
Well, how hard is it to separate a possessive pronoun from a contraction?
Guys who have to point out logic flaws in films right in the middle of the movie.
film.
Yes, yes. So, Daniel, how did you manage to convince this lovely woman who you obviously irritate into marrying you?
It was a long time ago.
I was 21. I just started my first year of teaching. And my parents both died in a car accident. I had to go and identify them, and Daniel was the one there. And he was so gentle with them, my parents. So caring. And he was honest about how they died, and that helped. And then he called me every day for the next 6 months just to make sure I was okay. And I wouldn't let him go.
Long time ago.
We should be on our way. Might lose our table.
It was nice to meet you, Soraya.
Yeah, you too.
Steph's nice. Do you still love her?
Yeah. But it's an old love that's run its race.
Why'd you lie to her then? About being up north with me?
I don't know. It's been 6 years since I've divorced, but this is the first time that I've felt.
I thought you were smart and you knew things.
God.
Oh, so sorry. Sorry. It's my sister. I have to go. Sorry.
You're still parking illegally up there.
Oh, piss off.
Should report you.
It's illegal to beg. I'd report you.
You'd be an arsehole.
And you'd be a bigger arsehole. Lindsay, where have you been? I haven't seen you around for a while.
Oh, around here and there.
It's pretty cold, Linz. Still got that bunk on the boat.
No, I don't like confined spaces.
Oh, the offer's always there. Hey, listen, I need to find someone who was on the streets a few years ago. This guy stands out. He's 6'4", big trench coat, a tattoo of a black sun on his hand. I think he might have hurt someone.
Heard them bad if you're involved. 6'4", black sun. I'll ask around. It's dangerous out here. People don't appreciate that.
Baby.
What?
We gotta get out of here.
Hey, who's that? Hey, you two, stop.
Sorry, mate.
Oi! You two, get back here!
Fish! Slow down. Stop. Fish.
We can't keep doing this.
Doing what?
This. Sleeping in strange places, I can't.
Here, come on. Just come here. Why do you get like this? Why do you freak out? You can tell me.
That was,
Different.
Jesse.
What?
I didn't leave the side gate open. The shed's unlocked.
I'll leave you to it. See ya.
Harrow!
What?
You all right? Hey, great, mate. Got a name for your son tattoo. Bill Whitson. He's been doing community service.
We found Sally's remains in the suburban backyard. Is there anything you can tell us about what happened?
Do I have to make a statement?
Sometime. You were pretty rough with her on that video.
I was just angry with her because she wouldn't look after herself. All she cared about was taking her photos and getting her boy back.
You weren't the father?
It was long before me. I don't think Sal knew herself. She was disappearing, you know, looking for him. And then she got sick.
With what?
She didn't like to talk about it. I remember that documentary day. She had an appointment at the hospital. She didn't want to go. So I took her.
Old they are.
So they're actually called water sprouts. And you're quite right, Dr. Harrow. They're shoots that arise from like main trunks and branches, and in this case, from where a branch was removed. Maybe it was to give a better view of the house next door. Actually, it reminds me of a rather funny limerick about water sprouts. A plant of unusual genus reminded a lass
How old
of
are those water sprouts?
Let me see. I'd say about 4 years.
So, do we know who lived next door 4 years ago?
Cassandra Dalton? You used to be Mr. Connolly's neighbour? I was wondering if we could ask you a couple of questions.
I thought I was clear when I spoke to Detective Nichols. I never saw or heard anything.
Well, now we have a face. Did you ever see that woman? In Mr. Connolly's yard or around the neighbourhood?
Sorry. I'm sure I'd remember.
Hey, Mum, have you seen my other...
Oh, I just lost my other one.
What about you? What's your name?
Noah Dalton.
Hi, Noah. Do you recognise this lady?
No, sorry.
I think we're done.
Noah, is this your mum?
Yes?
We're done.
What was that?
How old is that boy? 15?
I guess.
Remember Sally's rap sheet? She kidnapped a toddler 13 years ago.
A 2-year-old, yeah.
Who'd now be...
15, I get it. Sally gave that kid back.
Because she wasn't crazy. She knew she had the wrong kid.
The hospital ran DNA tests, child services ran more tests. There wasn't a mistake.
Sure. But what if Sally thought there was? We need to find out if Noah there's adopted.
I heard if you've been. Why haven't you been answering your calls? Baby.
I'm sorry.
Cal, what happened?
I'm such an idiot. He said we needed money, so I went and got gear off Billy to sell. But right after, I got mugged.
Billy? How'd you get the money?
I'm so sorry. I'll make back the money.
You went and bought gear off Billy, and right after you got mugged. You know, that would have been one of his guys, right?
Thought I was being smart.
I gotta go see Billy.
No way. The guy's a psycho. No, I'm not letting you.
We've got the camera back from the lab. Evidence of Sally's blood No one else's? Huh. It's taken from the tree.
Can you zoom in? It's Noah.
Another. So this is where Sally took the photos.
And where she died. But the knife was found here. It had been firmly stuck in her ribs. But this is where it got pulled out.
You think it was still in her on the other side?
Yes, because that's where she got stabbed. So Cassandra Dalton and her son lived here 4 years ago.
And Sally knew Noah was here. She photographed him. I think she came for him. How long ago do you think these were polished?
A few years ago. Watch your step.
There's a lot of junk down here. See anything?
No. Wait. Blood.
It was self-defense. She was crazy. She wanted Noah. She came to take him. And Noah is not her child. The hospital proved it.
You don't have to say anything right now.
I don't care. I didn't know she died. I didn't know she was in the tree. I was just protecting my boy, not hers. Mine. What would you do to protect your child? What would you do?
Do you think I had your boyfriend rolled?
I know you did.
You're smarter than him. So what are you gonna do about it?
It's what you're gonna do. You're gonna spot me $1,000 worth of E. I'm gonna sell it. Then I'm going to give you $1,500. And then we don't need to speak again.
Lift up your shirt.
What?
Lift it. Right up. Turn around. I want to see if you're clean.
Doesn't look like E.
That's something better, apparently. I haven't had a chance to move him yet. So you can. 1,500. 1 week.
I want a home, I want a job, I want my family. No one will give me a chance. No one will believe me. Most people.
Hi. What's so important?
Sally's DNA results are in.
I thought you tested that days ago.
We tested her bones. Once I learned that Sally had ovarian cancer, I sent Simon to the oncology department at Prince Edward's, where she was diagnosed. The oncology department took biopsy samples of her ovarian tissue as part of her diagnosis. They still had those samples. Here is Sally's DNA from her bone sample. And here is the DNA sample from her ovarian tissue.
They're different. Is that a mistake?
No mistake. Sally had 2 sets of DNA. She was a chimera. She should have been born a twin, but in utero, she absorbed the DNA of that twin. And that different DNA resided only in her ovarian tissue. Her body contained one set of DNA, but her ovarian cells contained the DNA of her dead twin. And that was the DNA that was passed on to Noah. So, when the hospital tested this homeless woman's DNA against that of an infant born outside of the hospital system, they were different. So they took him away.
So Noah is her son?
Yeah. And no one believed her.
I'm not supposed to talk to anyone.
But you want to, though, don't you? It was you, wasn't it? You snuck into old man Connolly's house, took his knife. An army knife, a grown-up knife. And you played with it because that's what boys do. And then there was that woman. You'd seen her before, hadn't you?
What? Ever since I was little. She was scary.
Then one day, you were at home. She came for you. But you had Connolly's knife.
I was just trying to protect us. We didn't know how badly I hurt her or where she went. She was my real mum, wasn't she? What do I do now? Will I go to jail?
I don't know. But I do know that your mum will go to jail for a very long time. And I know that she'll do so happily to protect you. It's up to you.
The Dalton boy. Noah. You overstepped. You're encouraging Das to overstep. We don't need another Harrow.
You ready? Good work. But you're developing a backlog, so clear it up.
Like walking in on your parents having sex.
Only worse.
So much worse.
Hi.
Hi. Guess what I've got?
High hopes of winning Eurovision.
Yeah, but also, Kyriakos approved me a little coffle of slaves. I'm gonna find this orthopedic surgeon before you do. You wanna put money on it?
You should have tried for the bet before you told me about the slaves.
It's a gentleman's wager.
You got it. Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Yes, I do. It's 355B 21B. B for Bravo. Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
You got Anthony's name from Jack Twine.
Yes, Jack was my old boss.
He was a good friend for Anthony when he got into trouble. Are you in trouble too?
The police are coming.
More trouble? I suppose if you're here from the morgue, there is. I don't think I can handle
Listen, it's up to you. But I know what they're looking for. And it doesn't have to be here when they arrive. Now, you don't know what they're looking for, and you can honestly say that you've not touched the files.
This is what we're looking for. On Harrow.
I think that those bones might have been in the river for less than a year.
I'm putting a request to have them destroyed. Get Simon to get rid of them.
This is the first time I think we've ever failed.
3 young people heading to emergency, suffering exact same symptoms: high heart rate, dehydration, mild hallucinations.
You guys had an outage late that night. Dr. Harrow phoned through all the times.
Dan, I'm so sorry. Jack has a DNR.
What a time you picked to go, Jack. I know you said no confessions, but someone's gonna have to hear this. I wish it was you. You might even get it. You might even understand why I had to do it. The thing is, he... Sorry, Jack. I'm the only one rostered on. Public holiday. Murder-suicide. Who declared death?
Paramedics. They took off in a hurry.
Devlin.
You knew him?
Yes, blood specialist. Good doctor. So I suppose I can expect someone from homicide.
Not sure when, though. Public holiday.
Okay, well, I'll get these prepped.
Might have called first. It's a holiday.
On the afternoon of October 3rd, Quinn's phone received a call from this number. It's a public phone booth located just...
Yeah, but we know where it is.
Quinn's mobile spent just over 2 hours in that area on the same night, October 3rd.
We know that too.
And then it heads out west, it goes black.
And Quinn's car went into the dam. What are you saying?
This area here is within walking distance to the Betty.
This is the state's most respected pathologist you're talking about. Jesus, Daz, this is your boyfriend. Harrow has a solid alibi. He was at Turbot Street October the 3rd. He didn't clock off until 3 a.m. the following day.
That's what his work log says.
OK, look, we've considered all of this.
But not this. This is 4 days before Quinn's bones were pulled from the river.
Huh?
And here, that finger bone was cut with a serrated blade. These shears might be serrated.
Well, maybe. I mean, it's beyond my poor bloody eyes. What, have you seen these yourself?
No, but I've seen the kid on his boat. He keeps it locked.
It's not enough, Sergeant.
Did a good job on that.
I really think you ought to sit down.
This isn't the hospital.
No, it's not. It's the morgue.
Am I dead?
Well, everyone thought you were. I'd say the impact of your fall suppressed your heartbeat long enough for the paramedics to make the fair call that you were dead. It's Tom, isn't it?
I really think you ought to let me call you an ambulance.
Be quiet. Those broken bones...
Be quiet!
You know my name. Now, what's yours?
Please, let me call you an ambulance.
You're not going to save my life. I don't want it. What I want to know is... what's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel Harrow.
Yes.
Well, it's not all bad news, is it?
Do you know me?
Oh, yeah, I know you. Now I've just got to decide whether I stick this into your heart too.
I've told Nichols about this, I've told Daniel's new girlfriend about it, and now you. Why do you care about Robert's wedding band?
When did you get it back?
I'm taking you off the Christmas card list.
Do you remember when you got it back? Which day?
No. Why do you care?
Was it late September or early October?
Simon.
Was it before or after you reported Robert missing?
Wow. I know that Robert is dead and I know that you have his body in your morgue, but this is very personal.
It's really personal to me too, Steph.
Why are you asking me this? Why isn't Dan?
You have to trust me. I'm trying to do the right thing here.
It's funny. This doesn't even hurt one little bit. I guess there is an upside to falling 5 stories. Yeah, there is. It lets me reconnect with the 2 people that ruined everything. Do you want me to guess how you know me, Tom? I want you to feel like your whole life is in someone else's hands. This is Bill Devlin, hematologist, a very good hematologist. Why did you kill him?
Well, you're supposed to be very good too, Dr. Harrow. Why don't you tell me?
Very well. Single stab wound, heading up from under the sternum, probably straight into the right ventricle. Likely died within a minute. No sign of a struggle, no other wounds that I can see. Did you surprise him? No, you were in his office. So he knew you well enough to let you in? He knew me well enough. Did you have a blood condition? Did he misdiagnose you? Is that why you killed yourself? Because you had nothing to lose?
My blood's just fine.
But you still had nothing to lose. Because you already lost it. Parent, child, your wife. You lost your wife.
Very good, Dr. Harrow.
I was in hospital on the 3rd. Robert hit me in the stomach, hard, and it was hurting a lot, and I thought something was damaged. And they kept me in, did an MRI, broken rib.
God, Steph, I'm sorry I didn't know.
And the next day, they discharged me, and it was the day after that, I think, I'm sure, that I found it in the letterbox.
The 5th. That was 2 days after Robert's car was sunk.
You think it wasn't Robert who put the ring in there?
What was your wife's name? Wasn't Pinfold, I would have remembered that.
Oh, come on, Harrow. You can do better than that.
If it was a misdiagnosis, you would have tried to sue him and lost and appealed and lost again, so that would have taken time. Fatal disease. Wilkie? Wilkie, yes. Karen.
Katie. Kept her surname.
Katie Wilkie, yes. I did a post-mortem.
Yeah, you did. And you agreed with him. You agreed that this great hematologist could do nothing to help her.
Yes.
You were wrong.
I wasn't wrong, no. Katie Wilkie, your wife had 2 serious diseases. Hemochromatosis and HLH hemophagocytosis.
None of which should be fatal. Iron in the blood, anemia. Thousands of people have these conditions.
Yes, but not together. Devlin did everything to...
Not enough. You know, he's supposed to be the best. But did he do his best? No. And what took him so long to order a course of phlebotomies? Or chemo? I don't know. You stuck together, you and him. Yeah. You let him get away with killing my wife. Admit it! It wasn't like that.
I'm sorry, Tom. But
Devlin's right. Bullshit! That's bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, Simon, what do you know?
I don't know what I know.
Okay, well, what do you think? All right, well, do you want to know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking about all the things that he did from the very beginning. When those bones first came up from the river, he said that the bones had been in the river for between 2 and 4 years.
Maybe he was just wrong.
When is he ever that wrong? And why couldn't we find a match on Quinn's DNA? How hard did he try compared to any other case? You know, again and again, all these steps, all these little roadblocks. I just accepted them. You did too.
And then you found Quinn's car.
Harrow was at Turbot Street the night the car went into the dam. What?
Okay, look, the servers went out in the early hours of the 4th. I checked Harrow's work diary on the 3rd. Harrow didn't do any work on the 3rd. And I know all about Quinn's wedding band, that Steph got it back. Except she thinks she got it back after Quinn's car was dumped. 2 whole days after.
There's an antique surgeon kit in there. I want to know if the set of shears matches the finger bones.
What if they're missing?
He dumped them?
Yeah, and what if they're not a match?
Well, then we were wrong. How great would that be?
I have a key.
Me too.
Okay, wait. It shouldn't be us. If this is going to happen, we should do it properly. You said you spoke to Nichols. What does he say?
He said we needed something more.
Okay, more like what?
Why could we never find the file on Quinn's orthotic plate?
You and Harrow went to the hospital archives and...
Wait here.
Tom, I'm sorry about your wife. But Devlin was thorough and methodical. Katie just had 2 unfortunate genetic time bombs. If she had one or the other, she would have lived, but both. It was just the hand that she was dealt. She died, but you don't have to.
Stay there. No. You have to let me pass you so I can get you some help. Stay back. Stay back! Hang in there, Tom. Hang in there. I'm gonna get some help.
Hey, Dan, it's me. Simon was just here asking about Robert's wedding band.
Dad, Simon and your girlfriend are on the Betty. They're arguing and it looks really serious.
I'm at the Betty. You really need to tell me about Robert Quinn.
Tom! Tom! Stay with me, Tom! Ambulance!
seen anything like this before? Someone coming back from the dead?
No, I did read an interesting published account, but it lacked the immediacy of the real thing.
So can we sit down, get a statement?
Do you mind if I just finish cleaning myself up?
Sure.
Thank you. I threw them away. Well, dropped them, anyway. Upstream. In the river.
Why?
You know why, or you wouldn't be here. I should have got rid of the lot. But
Jack gave them to you.
And Soraya?
I don't know where she is.
Mrs. Whitmore. Oh. You're one of the police officers who came here looking for whatever you were looking for. Did you find it?
No, but I need to know if someone else did.
Did you kill Robert Quinn?
Yes.
Why? Because he hurt Steph?
No.
Then why? Because he stole her from you?
No. You know, for a while, I was happy for them. For Steph, especially. It's good to see her smile again. And for a while, she and he and Fern all seemed happy. And I got on with my life.
So what happened?
A couple of years later, remember Fern went off the rails, left home. We thought it was a phase. It wasn't. But about a year ago, Fern called me. She wanted to catch up. I was so excited. I got there about an hour early. And then I saw it. Suddenly it all made sense. I could have done a number of things. I could have called Steph, I could have called Nichols, I could have waited till I had a chance to speak to Fern. But instead, I decided to ask Quinn himself. I used the payphone up the road. Asked him to come for a visit. I kept it light and breezy.
Why did you use the payphone? Had you already decided you were going to kill him?
No. Though, part of me might have been thinking what he'd say, what I'd do. And then I heard him knock, and I said, "Come in, Robert." Whoa. And I said, "Drink?" And he said, "Only if it's your good self."
So, this is where you live. Suppose I'll have to get something like this for me, too. Now that Steph's kicked us both out.
The only difference is I bought the Betty with my own money.
So that's what this is about. being hauled into their headmaster's office for a talking to about something that's really none of your business.
I saw you with Fern today.
Oh?
You were arguing on Water Street. What was that about?
A watch of mine has gone missing. And you know what she's like, so I figured she took it to Hocker to...
Bullshit.
That guy calling me a liar, Dan.
She was terrified of you. That wasn't about any watch. That's what this has been about, isn't it? Her grades falling, her quitting school, her leaving home, her silence. It's because she's terrified of you.
You should let this whole idea go. But you won't, will you?
No. Not now. What did you do to her?
Why don't you ask what she did to me? Why don't you ask about the time that she invited me swimming when her mum was out? Or about the time she walked into my office, pretending to have trouble putting her necklace on? Or about the time where she accidentally walked in on me when I was showering?
I don't believe it.
Come on, Dan, she's a smart girl. She's so grown up. She knew what she wanted.
Don't you dare blame her. She was a child. You molested her. You abused my little girl.
How the fuck was it abuse? She knew what she was doing. She knew. And I knew she didn't want it to stop.
When did it end?
She turned 15, got a boyfriend, bored, or realized what we were doing was... Anyway, she said that she was gonna tell, and I had to explain to her that ex-coppers don't really thrive in the correction system.
Nor do pedophiles. So you threatened her?
No, I didn't threaten her. I simply told her that if she did tell anyone, that I would cut her mother's throat in front of her. And then I would cut hers. I think that's why she left home. Always looking after her mum. Such a good kid.
You really shouldn't have told me this.
Doesn't matter, Dan. Because you're not going to tell anyone. And don't worry about Steph and Fern. I'll keep an eye on them for you. You're a slippery bastard now, aren't you?
didn't stop, did you? You should never have touched her. She was just a child.
You could have called 000. You could have told them what he did.
I know. You could have claimed self-defense. I know.
You might not have gone to jail. It might not even have gone to trial.
I know. But maybe it would have. And now I knew Fern's secret. Her hurt. And I wanted to be there for her. I couldn't face the chance of being in jail if she needed me whenever she was ready. I wanted to be there for her. So I got to work. I knew of a construction site upriver, so I got the cement I needed. And I knew a spot where it was very unlikely that any anchor would snag it. I don't know what made me cut off his wedding ring. I just figured he didn't deserve it. I got rid of his car. I cleaned up here. I went to work, created an alibi, and then it was done. Please don't look at me like that. I haven't changed. I'm still the same person.
Not to me.
Well, I'm not sorry I did it. I'd do it all over again. The only thing I'm sorry about is lying to Soraya and lying to you. I'm so glad I don't have to anymore. Right. Well, I've just got a few things I need to do. And, you should do what you've got to do.
Harrow visited the surgeon's widow. He left with a file. He knew it would identify the orthotic plate found in the river bones as Quinn's.
No, I don't know where he is.
Yeah, I'm coming in now. Hey, I've got to go into Quiffin. There's been some incident with Harrow. Sergeant Das. What's going on, right?
Yeah, Nichols here. Put me through to Superintendent Khan. I want to organise a search warrant.
Daniel, I've just had a call from CIB. Apparently you've left Quiffin unattended.
Dad, where are you? I'm really worried for you. I don't know what's going on. I'm outside your work, okay? At the back. Just, I'll wait here.
Everything in his office, including his computer.
Brian. You've known Daniel Harrow as long as I have.
And you've been in this game as long as I have, Max. And you know very well that normal can do abnormal.
Yeah, but Daniel is not normal.
No, he's not. Maybe that's why he got away with it for this long.
You know, I would trust him with my life. Do you really believe he'd kill someone?
I really need to find out.
Sarge,
Harrow! Harrow! Stay right there, please. Let's see your hands, if you don't mind. Hands, Harrow! See your hands, Harrow! Before I ask you any questions, I must tell you, you have the right to remain silent.
Daniel!
Okay, it's okay.
That means you do not have to say anything, make any statement, or answer any questions, unless you wish to do so.
I imagine you have a few questions.
Why did you do it?
Save it for the interview, Sergeant. Detective Leichhardt.
Sarge, I'm looking at Dr. Harrow's pathology work register. No entries on October the 3rd. Not a single autopsy processed.
A few weeks ago, you visited the house of Dr. Anthony Whitmore. Why?
Jack Twine was a friend of the Whitmores. I thought Millie should know that he was ill.
Did you know he was the surgeon who put that bone plate in Quinn's wrist?
That makes sense.
Did you remove Quinn's file?
You make me sound very clever, Brian.
We can wait for the warrant if you like.
Hi, Maxine. This parcel came for Harrow.
Thank you. Did you find Simon?
No, but I left a voicemail, so.
How can I help you, Brian?
Is this yours?
Yes.
Pull it down, please.
Have you had a look inside?
We saw the security footage at Monty's when Fern tried to sell it.
Can you open the box, please?
I don't think you're gonna need that.
Let's have a look, please. Oh, well, that's not even bloody close, is it? There's no serration. They didn't cut that bone. Leichhardt?
Sorry, Sarge. Dr. Pavich would like a word.
Brian,
I'm kind of busy, Max.
we have a letter here for Harrow amongst Jack Twine's belongings. It's dated October the 4th last year.
What does it say?
It says, "Thank you so much for spending the day with me at Turbot Street yesterday. It was such a pleasure to go through the old place one last time, etc., etc."
4th of October.
Yeah, so that's what Harrow was doing on the 3rd of October. He was taking our old boss through Quiffin.
Can you put Leichhardt back on?
Say please.
Please.
Yeah, we phoned the old age home. Visit log confirms that Jack Twine went out that day with Dr. Harrow.
Righto. Get a copy of that letter.
Sure thing.
Well, you might have mentioned that, Harrow. Would have saved us a little bit of trouble.
I guess I forgot.
All right, let's clear out. We'll chat later, Sergeant.
It's okay.
I can't believe this. I can't believe any of this.
What's going on? Fern said you've been arrested. Maxine's beside herself.
Are you okay?
It's just a misunderstanding.
Do you know what happened to Robert?
I wish I could tell you.
You know, you should get arrested more often. This room has not looked this tidy in years.
Surprised Fairley hasn't moved in.
Why do you think I'm here? Stop him sneaking in and laying claim. You know, I got him to finish the autopsy on Bill Devlin. He was a good hematologist.
And Tom?
Intensive care. If he lives, I guess you saved his life to spend it behind bars. You okay?
Yes. Yes, I'm fine. You?
Oh, I'm not a happy camper. Simon's meant to be on call. I don't know where he is. You turn up and all hell breaks loose. I have a $3,000 glass door to deal with, and I'm furious with Brian.
He was just doing his job.
Das?
Don't be mad at her either.
I had to open this. I figured if anyone had anything worth drinking, it would be Jack.
I'm glad that you did.
I suppose he forgot to post that.
Yes, I guess he was getting old.
To Jack.
To Jack. You brought Fairley in on a public holiday. Why? Have you decided about Geneva?
I'm not going to Geneva.
But?
We will talk about that tomorrow.
Now, I see you're no longer in custody.
No.
Look, I'll tell you this now. That has got to stop.
When you're boss?
When I'm boss. What, no amusing riposte?
No. Not today.
Well, I am sorry that you can't do this. I know that you very much would like to.
He's in good hands.
His nursing home doctor was right to order the PM. I got his bloods back. Oxycodone overdose. Enough to kill a horse. Must have been stockpiling pills. Look, Why don't I give you a minute with him and I'll do the internals later.
Babbage is looking for you.
I've been out.
There's a pair of shears in my Mathieu de Paris surgeon's kit. Those shears are by Coxeter of England. A complete mismatch. I know of only one complete Coxeter kit in the country. The School of Anatomy.
It's not complete anymore.
You fool! You shouldn't have interfered. You should have rang the police. You knew what was the right thing to do.
I did. You made your choice and so did I. I just wanted to know the truth and I found it. Isn't that what you always taught me, to find out why?
But now you've gambled with your career and you shouldn't have. You're too good a pathologist.
Say that again.
You're too good a pathologist. And now we're in it together.
So don't lie to me again.
It was you, wasn't it?
I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you everything. I wanted to tell you I know what he did. You should have told someone.
I was so scared.
You should have told someone.
I was so scared. He said it hurt Mum. And I knew he would. I'm so sorry. I never...
No. None of this was your fault. None of it.